You can lead from any seat. Next week, I'll be speaking to students at High Point University, and I've been thinking about one of the most important lessons that I want them to hear about leadership. You can lead from any seat. We often associate leadership with a title: president, CEO, director, manager, team captain. We assume that someday when someone gives us the title, the office, the authority, or the people to manage, then we'll start leading. But leadership doesn't begin with a promotion. Leadership begins with how you show up. You may not have the job title yet. You may not have direct reports yet. You may not even have your first full-time job, but you can already practice initiative, accountability, courage, service, influence, and being an usher for someone else. And that doesn't just apply to college students. You could be brand new to an organization. You could be several levels away from the executive suite. You could be sitting in a meeting where no one has asked for your opinion. You could even be the person with the least experience in the room. And you can still lead. You lead when you see something that needs to be done and step forward instead of saying, well, that's not my job. You lead when you take responsibility instead of looking for someone to blame. You lead when you bring positive energy into a room instead of waiting for someone else to improve the atmosphere. You lead when you encourage the person sitting next to you to speak up when something matters. Or you follow through on a commitment, or you ask a better question, or you help someone else succeed. Sometimes leadership is simply being the person willing to say, I'll go first. And that's what I call a front row mindset. You see, people that are stuck in the balcony, they're just watching, disengaged. The people in general admission, they may be participating, but they're often waiting to see what everyone else does before they take any action. Front row people are engaged. They take responsibility for their experience. They contribute. They look for opportunities to make a difference. And eventually, the best front row leaders become ushers. They don't just work to get themselves a better seat. They turn around and they help someone else find theirs. Think about the best leaders you have known. Chances are what made them memorable wasn't the title on their business card, it was how they made you feel, how they responded when things got difficult, how much responsibility they were willing to take, and whether they made the people around them better. That's influence. That's leadership. So, whether you're a college student preparing to enter the workforce, an employee who has never managed anyone, an entrepreneur building a business, or the CEO of a large organization, here's the question. How are you leading from the seat you're in right now? Don't wait for the promotion. Don't wait for someone to put leader in your job description. Don't wait until you feel completely ready. Look around. There's probably an opportunity to lead right where you are right now. So here's your front row challenge. This week, find one opportunity to lead without being asked. Take initiative, solve a problem, encourage someone, keep a promise, have the courageous conversation, help a teammate succeed, be the person who steps forward, and then look around for someone who could use an usher. Because you don't need the biggest title, the corner office, or the most important seat in the room to be a leader. You can lead from any seat. And when you use your seat to help someone else move forward, you may discover that being an usher really is the best seat in the house. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.